Welcome back to the Elect of God YouTube channel. So before we get started, we just hit 2,000 subs on the channel. I can't believe it. All glory be to God. Without God, this would be impossible. I'm getting so much support. I'm so grateful for everybody. I love you guys. I can't believe we're already at 2,000 subs. That's insane. But let's get started. So, chosen ones, why do you get mocked? You probably noticed this your whole life, where like you've spoken, like you speak to people. You speak with like kindness. You're a dreamer. You've always been a dreamer since birth. You've always had big dreams. You always felt like you were called for something bigger. You always had these high standards. You always wanted to see like the good of the world. You wanted to prosper in everything you did. You always wanted to see good, the best that you could get. And you've probably noticed people have mocked you. People have been like, "Oh, look at this dude," and like they say like, ever since you were a child, you've been getting mocked. Like people will tell you, "Oh, you think you deserve that, or you want too much." Or you desire too much, or they'll be like, just do this and be normal. They tell you all this. They've mocked you. They've like made fun of you about it. Like you've always had dreams. You've always had dreams because your dreams come from God. He's the one that gives you these dreams. He's the one that gives you these desires, because those dreams are meant to be fulfilled. That's why they're so powerful too. That's why you can't seem to get it out your like spirit to fulfill that purpose. You always feel like you got something you should be doing, but maybe you don't know it yet. But you probably noticed that people have mocked you and try to put you down and try to tell you like, "Oh, you're just delusional. Oh, what makes you think you could do that? Or what makes you think you can't just be like us in a way? Or what makes you think this?" So you've been getting mocked your whole life about it. But you got to understand the fact that God sets you apart for a reason. That's why whenever you fall into listening to people and be like, "Okay, you know what? Like maybe I am just," you gaslight yourself because you've been getting gaslighted. Like, you know what, maybe I am. Maybe I just need to settle, or maybe I just need to need to be normal. Or every time you do that, it's almost like tormenting to your spirit. It's tormenting to your soul. Like you can't do it. You can't do it if you have dreams. You have something to fulfill. You're called by God. Like you can't resist it. Like God will always be there. He's like, "No, you need to be doing this. You need to be doing this." That's why every time you fell into being normal, as I say like, you're not living your purpose. You just like say, "You know what, I'm just gonna work this 9 to 5, or I'm just gonna be normal. I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna just do this and live a normal life." Every time you do that, it's like agonizing to your spirit. Like you already know it too. It's like tormenting. Like you can't do it. It almost makes you feel like you're going crazy if you settle. Like you can't. It's not in you to do it. That's why people have maybe mocked you and like said like, because they notice it before you notice it too, and they know that you're made to do something different. They could see it before you see it. So that's why you probably had jobs or like stuff where people look at you funny, people kind of mock you, and people kind of think you're like some arrogant person, or like just someone who's like full of themselves. But no, you're not. You've never really been arrogant. You just had high standards. You have high standards. You have a dream to fulfill. Like you got to fulfill that dream. Like you don't have a choice, because if you don't fulfill it, it's going to be like tormenting to you. You're going to torment yourself. But also the good thing about why it's so tormenting, God makes you feel that way so you could tell yourself like, "No, I need to do it. Like I have no choice. I got to fulfill my purpose. I got to do what I'm made to do, what I'm called to do." And this is why you've always noticed that like people have mocked you. People have said, "Oh, you should just be doing this. Just do that. Just be safe. Be normal. Do that." Every time you succumb and listen to that, you torment yourself. You literally, it's more painful for a chosen one to just fit in than it is for anyone else, because you're not made to. You're set apart for a reason. So you're not living that God-given purpose. So it's gonna be tormenting to your spirit. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna feel like you're going crazy. It's gonna give you so many negative emotions where like, you got to fulfill that thing. You got to go to where God wants you to do. You literally have no choice. But that's why people have mocked you too, because like they don't really they can see that you're different, but they don't really understand. They're gonna be like, "Oh, this person is just full of themselves." They tell you to quit dreaming. They tell you to just be normal. Put your head down and work. They tell you that stuff. And sometimes you do need to put your head down and work, just temporarily. Just everything comes in time. Everything comes in God's timing too. So sometimes you have things you need to learn, and sometimes you do it. But your whole life is not going to be like that. Your whole life is not going to be like that. That's why a lot of times when you settle and be a normal person, it's like tormenting to you, because you have a purpose to fulfill. You're kind of a chosen one. Every chosen one's an asset to humanity. You're an asset. You're different. You have something. That's why You see things people don't see. You notice things people don't notice. That's why you have such a high morality to you, such a high like kind of like standards to you. Like your standards are high because you have high morals. You have high standards for people. You don't want people to manipulate, put people down, step on people. You have high standards for people, just everybody. You got just a high moral compass to you, a high morality to you. So you're like an asset. So every chosen one's got something big they need to be doing, something that helps many people, something that just helps a lot of people. That's why whenever you're not living that dream, it's like tormenting to you. It's tormenting to your spirit. It's tormenting. You just hate it. Like you feel like you're going crazy. You feel like you just need to be somewhere else. It's because God does make you feel that way so you could go, he uses your suffering. That's the thing a lot of people need to know, because a lot of people get angry at God for like, why am I suffering? Why am I suffering too much? I know this because I felt the same way. I'm like, why am I always suffering? Like, why do I always feel this way? Why am I always so different? Why am I like that? Why am I like that? He uses these so you know that you're made to do something different. He's like, don't go there. You're not going to feel good. Don't go there. It's just not going to be for you. It's going to be tormenting to you. He has something for you. And like the scriptures say, plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in a future. Those are his plans. He plans to prosper you. He plans to give you hope in a future. And this is what I've seen with everyone that's, chosen. They know they're chosen by God. They know they have a different purpose. They know they're set apart. They're different people. They're completely different people. Every time you try to fit in and not live your dream, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna start hating it. You're gonna be like, I hate this. I can't even take it. I don't know how people do it, because it's not in you. It's not in you to be like that. You feel that way so strongly, so you could get out of it, so you could do something different. So God uses that pain so you can finally lead you to your purpose. Just use those suffering, lead you to it. Then you're at the promised land. But yeah, so because of that, people have got the wrong impression about you. People have thought you were arrogant. People have mocked you, like, oh, look at this person. He thinks he's gonna be this. He thinks he's gonna be all that. Because you carry yourself highly. You like feeling good about yourself. You like maybe wearing nice clothes. You like working out, taking care of yourself. You like having nice things. You like being around good people, nice people. You just have good morals to you. You got high standards and good morals for you. And people who are envious and jealous like to mock you. And just like it's so immature. Like you'll see it. You probably noticed this. Like you've spoken to like a group of people, and like you'll be saying stuff like, "Yeah, man, I do this, and that. I like doing this." People would just like kind of mock you and be like, just like say random little things, kind of like a child in a way, like just mock you and make fun of you, and like, but those things, it's just they can see that you're different. They just want to put you down. They just want to like kind of like shake you up a little bit, kind of like gaslight you and lie, plant these seeds of doubt in your head, plant all this stuff. But if you think of it differently, if you have a lot of people acting like that to you, it's like that's when you know that you're blessed, because you're different. Like they see it. That's why they treat you that way. So all those things that you go through kind of leads you to your purpose. It leads you to what you're supposed to do. It leads you to your God-given purpose. The dream that you've had since birth, they all lead you to it. And then when you look back on it, you're like, you know what? I'm actually glad this happens, because if this didn't happen, I wouldn't have known. I would have had no idea who I am, or no idea like what I'm supposed to do. So you learn a bunch of things. God puts trials, tribulations, just certain people in your path to learn certain things about yourself, learn certain things about people. Then it all leads you to the promised land. But yeah, like people act immature. They'll just start mocking you and think you're being like an arrogant, like prideful, or think you're just think you're something you're not. You have those high standards from God. You have these high morals from God. He put it inside you. That's why they're so strong. That's why they don't ever go away. That's why every time you try to fit in, you kind of kill yourself in a way, because you don't fit in. You're not made to be like that. You're held to a different standard. It's just the truth. You're held to a different standard. So you can't do the things people are doing. You can't do the things everyone else is doing. You can't do the things everyone else sees as normal. You see through everything. You have a high moral compass. You see through like what's wrong with that place, what people are doing wrong, like corruption. You see through everything. You don't like people kind of just like settle for everything and just say it is what it is. But as a chosen one, you can never say it is what it is. You're gonna be like, nah, I'm getting out of here. Like this is not for me. I can't do it. Like this is tormenting. I can't be doing this. That's the difference. You feel that way because you have a different purpose to you. God gave you a different purpose. You gotta validate it, because you don't want to gaslight yourself and say you're not say maybe you're just dreaming too hard, because you're not dreaming too hard. You've been a dreamer. God put a dream in you. That's why it's so strong. That dream is so strong so you could achieve it. That's what he wants for you. But yeah, people mock you for it. People think you're something. People think you like think something poorly of you, because like they can't see like why you feel that way. They could tell that you're different, but they want to put you down. They want to they get like intimidated by it. They're like, they know that you see through everything, and like people just like kind of get mad about it. They're like, oh, this guy's different, or like this girl's different. Like something is different about him. But yeah, chosen ones, you're not meant to do what everyone else is doing. You're meant to live the thing God gave you. That's why you're chosen, because he chose you for a specific thing. See, all the mocking, all the jealousy, all the hate, all the stuff that people do, it's all, at the end of the day, it all kind of confirms in your head that you're different. You got a different purpose. You're not made to go where everyone else is going. You're made to do something else for yourself. You got a God-given purpose that you have to do. That's why it's so powerful in you. That's why it's like unrelenting in a way. It's like you can't say no to it. Every time you resist it, you're just gonna keep getting stronger. You're gonna suffer and suffer until you get through it, until you finally go to the promised land. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment below. The comments I love reading the comments all the time. And if you desire to contribute to the channel, I'll post my Venmo and Cash App down below in the description. Thank you guys, and God bless you all.